Alrighty, guys, we are recording.
Okay, awesome. Well, hey guys, thanks for showing up today. I am here with myself, Murdoch, and Saeed. Saeed is a younger guy, younger than myself, younger than probably some of you here. This young guy here is basically got himself in quite a position because my friend here was able to reach out to me, let me know that he is actually making quite some headway in the DeFi arcade space. I know that lots of us have very, very fond memories of some retro games that basically are near and dear to our hearts. So I was actually able to last week jump. I was actually able to kind of demo his platform. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a little bit, talk a little bit about it, and then possibly if there's anybody here in the audience, you can always go to the links that we provide at the end of the YouTube video as well if you're interested. Go and try out some of these games that he's making for the DeFi. I think Saeed, I want to hear your thoughts on it. But just for starters, so people know, whenever they are going in to visit the website, they need to connect their wallet and they need to be in a game with someone. There's not like a computer they can play against, right?
Right. Yeah. So right now it's all PvP online. We're building that community now, so that there's always an opponent for you waiting. But right now, yeah, you're gonna need to have someone that you either bring or try to find someone in our community members to like play a quick game with you, or
Sure.
me. I'm always down to play games with anybody. So
Yeah, just Saeed's always on standby. He's always ready, and he's pretty much
24/7.
mastered. Yeah, he's pretty much mastered most of the games. I would imagine that they have access there. Do you want to kind of go into what some of the games are that you guys are currently offering to host?
Yeah, so the inspiration all started off with chess, which isn't so much of a it's a classic for sure, not much of a retro game. And then it kind of expanded to like my love for arcades and just like retro themes and like games in general. And it just like decided to build out a whole host of games that people have, like you said, near and dear to their hearts. So right now we have, classics like chess and checkers and Pac-Man and Tetris, Gems, which is kind of like Candy Crush, and a few other games. Kind of the focus was just these games that, like you said, everyone knows, everyone has like love for, and we just went ahead and built them out and kind of threw a new technology, which is like Web3 and blockchain, on top of like an old style technology, which is obviously retro games. So yeah.
And the music, I think, kind of speaks for itself. I know that as soon as that I was actually able to hop into the game and a chat with Saeed here, that music just like washed over me. And I know a lot of us probably in here, either watching or with us right now live, have probably seen Stranger Things, and I know that that has sort of kind of been really, it's kind of really brought back the '70s and '80s kind of vibe. Back into pop culture. I know there's lots of references to that time area in the show, and so that's kind of what I was hit with was holy cow, like I used to play these games with my mom, and I think what we had actually, and Murdoch, you can tell me if you ever had any of these. There was actually for a second, you could go to the store and you could buy a little handheld like joystick, and you could
Hmm.
plug it like the red and the yellow and the white into your TV,
Yeah.
and it just came loaded with like 10 or 15 classic arcade games, and I used to play the crap out of that. That was before I had like a really nice computer or an Xbox or anything like that. Those kind of were what really got me into it. So I'm really excited to be able to take a part of this again. Do you have a favorite game, Saeed, that you like to play the most whenever you're hopping on?
I would definitely say Tetris. Tetris is
Okay, okay.
something that I always knew was a classic, but I hadn't really played it as much before I started building it out, obviously for the platform. And literally, just like I wasted not really not much waste. It was well worth it. But I
No,
spent
yeah,
so
there's no
much.
such thing as wasted. No, 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 not with Tetris.
I spent so much development time just like, when I'm setting up the Tetris, and I'll just like stop and just play for like the full duration of the game instead of like, oh, let me test to make sure the bugs are gone. I would just like actually finish and like try to match the blocks really quick and just have fun with it while I'm like developing. So Tetris is definitely the one I love the most currently on the platform.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes. I know, especially playing classic games like Galaga. Like, I really get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Kind of very similar to that. I mean, at some
Yeah.
points before I know it, I've already put another quarter in as soon as the game over screen inevitably comes, and I'm just immediately jumping right in. Do you foresee? So something that I mentioned to you, whenever we were chatting last week, was the ability for groups of people to kind of get together, and especially people who are in DeFi, to whether they're part of a Discord community or a Twitch community or a Twitter community, and basically just coming here to listen to some solid spacey music. I think who was it? Nana said she said I feel like I'm in space listening to this
Yeah.
music. And it really is. It kind of has that retro vibe. But can you see people going here to just let loose for a little bit and bet some Matic. What's the current price of Matic right now, Murdoch? It's super cheap, isn't it? It's like 70 cents.
Yeah,
Somewhere
it's
around
on
there.
70 cents. It
Yeah, but
was.
but is that kind of what you're going for though? Is to have people kind of come here from their communities and just have a good time and play some games?
Yeah, like I recommend like a lot of founders like I kind of offer what I have here as like a community building solution, almost like having a lot of people come and just chill and just play some classic games with not much of like leeway or like not leeway like barriers to get in
Mm.
was kind of the vibe. And like you said, with the music and whatnot, it just kind of encompasses the whole retro feel that so many people miss now. And it's
Right.
just super simple. That was my goal. Make it super, super simple to like have fun and just chill and like listen to the music, play the games, and ultimately earn money. It is a play to earn game. So the game, like the objective for a lot of people will be obviously to like, make a quick buck by trading Matic.
Mm.
Sure. Well, and that kind of goes. I mean, I know for a lot of projects out there, this is kind of unique in the sense that there are so many projects out there that claim to be play to earn, but in reality, what ends up happening is they just have an inflationary token that eventually spirals out of control. Sell pressure is crazy, and eventually, people stop playing, right? Because the token's not worth anything. There's no deflationary measures. This between two guys. I mean, if you've got you and a friend are looking to play, I mean, you each just toss in one Matic. It's literally like tossing in a quarter to go in and play. And then I think the way you have it set up right now is the winner of the game just takes the Matic that were staked on the game.
Yep, exactly. That's how they like the breakdown goes. Like you guys come in and actually to what we were speaking to earlier. Right now the flow is like you said, you guys come in, you stake however much Matic you guys want, both equal parties. And then you guys go ahead and like duke it out. And then once the winner is decided, they'll be able to collect their Matic straight from the smart contract, pull it into their wallet, and just do the whole process over again. And the new addition that we're adding in, just like literally to make everything as simple and like just about the fun as possible, is like we've got suggestions like decided like this is really fun. I love the platform, but from game to game, like the staking and the loading for the contract to receive is just like kind of hand some of the fun, like so what we're doing now is actually allowing people to come in and deposit like a larger amount of Matic, let's say like 10, and then they'll be able to just literally make the game, set their wager amount, and then just click play and then just start playing immediately without having to take because they already took before.
Oh, and
Yeah,
see that's smart because when we played, there was a little bit of downtime that we had to wait for both people to approve the transaction and make sure that everything was going to run seamlessly. But with this new addition, like you said, this would make it virtually instant.
yep, exactly. You just load up when you come on the home screen of the arcade site, you can deposit. Well, like it's still in the works now. I'm kind of adding it in.
Sure.
You'll be able to deposit whatever, and then we'll track exactly how much you have on chain.
Right.
So then you never miss a beat. And then you can literally have those fun games like immediately right there.
Now, are
Do
there?
we have?
Oh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marta. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are there plans to like to add in like different types of games in the future, or is this kind of like what you guys have now is what's going to continue to be there?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's definitely plans for expansion. We went through 5 prototypes of solid, just tic-tac-toe,
Hmm.
kind of a proof of concept, going around showing people in person the different like NFT degen events. Tic-tac-toe was really useful because it was like 15 seconds. People got the concept, And then when it came to community building, obviously you want to have as many games as possible. So we're lucky enough to scale up to 9 games. But now the next game's kind of on our radar is, like you mentioned earlier, like Galaga, which is all-time classic, and a few others. But we definitely want to build up to a point where we could build a AAA game in the far future. Because we are a gaming studio.
Yeah.
I'm like love games, want to like have tournaments and battle royale type games going forward, and just really be an epicenter for player-owned games, and like ultimately allow indie game studios to host their games on our platform and let them like come in and like we work with them, allow people to set the wager and to follow the same flow, and just like I said, be an epicenter for games in the on Polygon and Web3.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. And I also noticed that. So I was just looking at your website, and I know that it mentions something about NFTs. Can you kind of expand on that?
Yep. So right now we have our NFTs aren't currently like mintable.
Okay.
Right now we're kind of working everything out. But there's off the top of our heads, like what we're me and others are kind of brainstorming, are one NFT which will kind of be like an investor NFT where you'll be able to earn a passive income from all the games being played on the platform. And there'll be
Oh.
Yep, it'll be a tier list where, some NFTs are pegged to certain games that you love, and maybe you are not online and you just prefer to like just earn passively. You'll be able to like invest in it, and then 5% from every game is going to go to a pot, and then it's going to be like divided with the NFT holders. Another really interesting topic or like utility for an NFT is we're going to like involve lifelines, kind of like in Monopoly,
Hmm.
where like a kind of a get out of jail card.
Right.
So let's say, for example, like me and you are in the midst of like a super epic Pac-Man game, right? And like I'm obviously gonna lose, and I just know like I'm losing. We're gonna design NFTs where you can have a lifeline card and you can kind of redeem it and then take a 50% loss. So 50% of what you stake, let's say it was like 100 Matic, 50% is going to go to the winner. They automatically win, and then you'll be able to retain 50% of it. And then that NFT will be transferred to the winner. So it's kind of like you can strategize and like save funds with that NFT. So those are just some of the ideas that we have right now.
Okay.
Kind of waiting around for the bear market.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
And
And
yeah,
then
it's going to be like,
Wearing the bear, I think is what people say, right?
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Another question. So say Ludo and I want to go play something. We put our Matic in. Is there a fee that you guys are taking to kind of facilitate that?
Yeah, that's the model. We have a 10% fee,
Okay.
and then 5% is given to our NFT holders. And then you win 85% on every game that you win.
Right. But since the NFTs are not live now, is that fee still in place?
Yeah, so right now the instead of it going like going to NFT holders, we're kind of directing the funds to a weekly prize pool
Mm,
where the person that plays and wins the most games per week will get that 5% pot. But once the NFTs kick around, we'll kind of find a different place for the weekly prize pool and then have it routed to our NFT holders.
cool. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as games that you have right now, do you actually have a list? Because I want to make sure that people who are listening in the future or listening now actually have an opportunity to hear their favorite game. Do you have the list pulled up of every game that you guys offer? If so, could you? That way, if there's somebody here who's just thinking retro games, maybe they don't realize that you are actually, in fact, offering that their favorite retro game actually on the blockchain for them to be able to participate in their local communities. I'd be curious to hear the actual list so that we have a better idea.
Yeah, I'll go over it right now. It's nine
Yeah.
games. We have Tic-Tac-Toe, which is our first, my baby.
Ha! The
Got
best
me
game.
the best game, the most epic, most hype one. We have chess, we have checkers. We have one game which is kind of a casual classic where we're sliding bricks and matching colors. And it's kind of like, how do I describe it? Like, I mean, I guess you'd have to play to see, but you're sliding bricks and matching colors. Another one is Hex Drop, which is kind of like Django. That's the best way to describe it, where you're balancing a hexagon on top of blocks and making sure it doesn't tip over and fall. Another one is Pac-Man. Everyone knows, loves that one.
Yeah.
Tetris, like I mentioned before, we have Connect Four, and Gems, which is like Candy Crush for the newer audience.
Cool.
So that makes me think of a question that we were kind of discussing whenever we played last week. Um, with some of these games, if some of y'all didn't know, they're actually solvable. And when I say that, when I mean that is that if you there are sites you can access. Obviously, for something like chess, there are engines, complete chess engines that are designed to help somebody pick the winning move. As far as that is concerned, if you start having people, maybe one day you want to host a chess tournament. I don't know. The sky's the limit when you're talking about these kinds of games. How would you go about making sure that oh,
Jesus.
Murdoch,
Yeah.
Murdoch,
Sorry.
turn those dogs off.
Yeah.
How would you go about
Yeah, man.
making sure that that those kinds of things can't happen, especially in games like chess or Connect Four, all those kinds of games that are in fact solvable?
Yeah, that's a huge concern for us and something that our community has, been on us about. And it's completely understandable that the incentives to cheat is definitely there, especially with money on the line. And our solution is definitely to install like anti-cheat software. And the lucky thing about it is that these algorithms, say for chess or Connect Four, which is one of them that's solvable, they're detectable by other computers. So we'll be able to detect when someone is using one of these algorithms, and we have a no cheat policy. I have no respect for people that cheat in games like CS:GO or
No kidding,
really
man.
any game.
Or
I hate
Fortnite
it.
for you, Murdoch.
Yeah.
Like
Warzone.
Fortnite, wherever the game is. Like I don't even like Smurfs, to be honest. When you're playing League.
Yeah, real talk, seriously.
So we're just gonna go hard on it, and literally like if we detect cheating, we're literally gonna um make your opponent win like automatically, like not even like have no mercy for these people.
Well, okay, all right.
um
I hear you. I hear that you want to make sure that there's a zero cheating policy kind of established.
yeah.
Um, what I mean, just let me pick your brain for a second. What happens if you get a guy who your system detects as cheating, but claims that he wasn't, and there's money on the line? I mean, what kind of verification is there going to be for something like that?
Yeah, so take for example a game like chess.
Uh huh.
In their like cheat detection systems, we'll have like the system will be able to tell, okay, this is like 95% a min-max algorithm that he's playing.
Oh, I see.
Right. So we'll have some sort of like the exact system in place, and we'll be able to say, okay, your move set was exactly like min max. And then obviously like the higher the stake, would assume that there are more pro players that are
Of
like
course.
staking thousands. So we might like ease it up because pro players are more likely to make better and more perfect moves.
Of
But like
course.
if you're staking like one Matic, then I guess it's not really that important. But the detection system would be like more prevalent because we're expecting people that are just playing leisurely and not really I forget his name, a pro chess player. But
Magnus Carlsen, the best chess player in the world. Is
yeah,
that what you're
or
going for?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and for those who don't know, I am not a chess pro, but I do take a lot of passion into the sport itself. I consider it a sport. I mean, those guys burn thousands of calories over the course of the day playing chess tournaments, which is kind of insane to think about. But besides that, I know that there's a lot of cheaters out there, especially for a game like chess. And then you kind of you throw it onto the blockchain and make it so that people can actually win Matic from the other player. I could really see that kind of spiraling, but I'm really, really glad to see that you guys actually have something in place that is going to be able to more or less mitigate that. And for those of you who are wondering, who are like, oh man, well, if I ever start playing chess and I'm playing and the chess engine, the cheat engine picks me up and decides that I'm cheating, well, there's no way I'm cheating. I'm just that good. And the answer is no, you're not. let me
Right.
let me be 100% clear. Chess is a very, very well studied game, and if you have not spent years studying the game, you're not going to make like Saeed here is saying, you're not going to make the 95% best move in any case. You're
Right.
going to make a lot of stupid moves that
Yeah,
you think are
blunders.
good, but chess engines that have been designed for this will tell you are really, really, really terrible moves. And if you're just an average player having a good time, and playing with friends, you probably have nothing to worry about. Don't stress. And like you said, if there's a competitive scenario going on, they might ease up on the restrictions so that the pros who are making those good moves aren't necessarily penalized for it. Do you have a favorite? Obviously, I'm sorry, I asked you if you have a favorite game, and like you said, it's Tetris. Is there a game that you absolutely love that you want to be on the platform as soon as possible?
It's a really good question. I've had so many people like suggest like games that are like built already, like League of Legends or
Oh
like
yeah, but those are like those are AAA games with devs
yeah,
and full on. I mean, there would be some sort of
legal
copyright
thing.
going on there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
look,
in a perfect world, I would love to play League in when Matic playing.
yeah, seriously.
But like staying on the topic of like super classical games, it would have to be Galaga, which is why it's probably the
Me
next
too,
on the
man.
list.
Me too.
Galaga's next on the chopping block, so I would say Galaga's yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a wee little announcement just to those of you who are listening and those who are on YouTube. We're gonna make sure that we include a link here to the DeFi Soapbox, and we're gonna make sure we leave a link to your website in the YouTube video. But as soon as Saeed has Galaga figured out, we are going to have a game night. Okay,
That'd
because
be yeah,
Galaga
yeah,
is
yeah.
by far Galaga and Pac-Man are by far my favorite. So make sure you stay tuned to the announcements. I'll put that out there. And because that's like I said, that's just one of my favorite, and I'm gonna make it happen because I can.
We'll have a tournament.
Yeah,
Nice,
exactly,
man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't wait for
exactly.
that.
Yeah, and
Can't wait.
Saeed, I'll obviously be in contact with you, man. So to make sure that goes really really smoothly. Because listen, I don't need your cheat engine thinking that I'm cheating, and that because I am just that good. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Like,
worry, don't worry.
Well, I mean, Galaga's a bit different. I don't think you can. On the top of my head, I don't think you can cheat like that in Galaga.
oh,
So
trust me, somebody could write a script that dodges the enemies perfectly. I'm sure of it, but
I'm
that's not going to be
probably
me.
true.
I got too much pride in my playing. I'll take my loss if I earn that loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, well, listen, man. What else? What else can you tell us? What else are you dying to make sure the community knows about what you got going on here?
Yeah, I guess it would just be like I was mentioning earlier, how much and how prevalent we're trying to lower the barrier to entry.
Hmm.
We're literally giving away we're just putting 500 for solid numbers, but quite literally an unlimited Matic giveaway. Literally, if anyone wants to play at any time, you can go on the site and literally request Matic. Make a quick Twitter post at me. If any of you guys have used the faucet before, for like testing, you can
Yeah, so
at me, ask for however much Matic you want. Oh, look, I'm gonna play with this person. I will literally send you some Matic. I have been building this thing out in the shadows, in the dark, for about a year and a half now, and nothing makes me more happy than someone playing, someone breaking my system, someone like telling me how to improve. So yeah, there is literally an unlimited Matic giveaway that we're going on right now, just for people to get their hands and feet or whatever on the
So
platform
I'm,
and
I'm
play
gonna
some
I'm gonna
games.
go ahead and start composing. I need my 10,000 Matic right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get going. No, obviously, guys, let's be candid about it, and make sure that you're actually using this Matic, to help things out. But honestly, like I said, as soon as that Galga's figured out, heck, I'm not gonna need you to send me Matic, but at the same time, I'm gonna make sure that everybody here has Matic, so that we can all join in our Galaga tournament here in the Discord. Um,
Yeah, I'll
that
be
is
here for
that
that.
is really cool. What we need to make sure that we do is if you want to, I would love it to make sure that people have whatever is necessary to make sure that that tweet goes through, that you are reached, and that their Matic is delivered via your unlimited Matic giveaway. If you want to put together a little, what the tweet should look like. Obviously they need to include their wallet address, that sort of thing, and we will actually include that in the description of the YouTube video, so people can just copy and paste and maybe just fill in on that description how much Matic they need and how and their wallet address. Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's
Okay,
only
cool.
three core things, which is your wallet address, so I can obviously send it to you.
Of course. Yeah.
The so I can see it,
Yep.
and a link to our Discord or website so that someone else that sees the post that might be interested in using the faucet can have access to the community and we can build community that way.
Okay,
Sweet.
great. Do you wanna go ahead and jump into the AMA chat, or you can DM it to me. That's probably easier for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and DM me your Twitter handle. That way we can include that, and we can make sure that people who, like I said, who are watching this now
Yeah.
or watching this later can reach out to you on Twitter and make sure that they get the Matic that they need to go ahead and play the games. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I got it right here at Gplay_Saeed. So
Cool.
very very simple. I'll make sure that is in the description of the YouTube video,
I'll,
guys.
I'll probably put it. I'll probably put it in. I'll probably put it in our pinned comment.
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
that's also perfect. Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Yeah, and it's also built into the site. So if you go head over to the arcade site, you can click the beating heart, which is our stats page, and scroll down, and there's a request Matic function. You just click that. If you're logged into Twitter on your PC, it'll open up the Twitter post. It'll populate it for you already. So I'll send you
perfect.
exactly that. Yep.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that would be absolutely stupendous. For everybody who is here currently with us, 9 people in the audience, I want you to go ahead and DM me your wallet address. Me personally, DM Ludo. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys some BUSD for showing up.
Boom.
Saeed, if there's anything else, man, that you feel that needs to come through, if not, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the AMA chat and look at some of the questions that we have. Do you have anything to add real quick?
Not right now. I want to hear some of these questions.
Okay, great. So let's see what we got here. 2 questions. It looks like. What games are they building? Which is kind of what we talked about. Are there any games? Let's go a little bit further for that. For Nina there. Are there any other games besides Galga that you guys are currently working on?
Yes, we. I'm thinking about Kong. That's another classic.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. All right.
Maybe like a ping pong game or like
Okay.
a ping pong. Well, yeah, ping pong, same thing like as like ice hockey
Right.
type game. Um, Let me think. I mean, I've seen like maybe like an 8 ball pool type game. You can play pool online or pool on your mobile. Doodle Jump, if any of you guys have
Yeah.
played that.
You still love Doodle Jump, man. Holy cow.
Dude, they still
Yeah,
have that
definitely.
at like if you guys, I don't know, if you're in the US, they have Dave and Buster's, but they still have like Doodle Jump as a
Seen
game.
it there. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
much
dude.
rather play it on Saeed's blockchain on gplaystudios.live/arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Selfish
Doodle
plug.
Jump's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Let me think. On top of our head, what else? Oh, have you guys ever played? I think it's called 2048.
Yes, I have played it on the App Store. Yeah.
Yeah, where you match the numbers and that kind of sort of thing. I've had
Okay.
recommendations to add that in. Um, yeah, I mean, Galaga's first. We're gonna like just go down the list. I'd love to hear everyone's suggestions for games. If you can hop in our Discord and then just drop them in the suggestions chat. Like we're building here. You know what I'm saying? Like every game that's like possible for us to make, I'm gonna add, especially if it's a classic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like I said, those classic games, man, the nostalgia really hits real. So let's see. Clones had one more question. Is there a minimum amount of Matic that we need to play, or is it up to the person creating the game to set the Matic amount? What's the minimum Matic amount?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and set a Matic amount, but the minimum to play is 0.1.
0.1. Oh, so you can play for even cheaper.
Yeah, you can play for 0.1.1, and that's good, or whatever if that's even a number. But
Yeah.
yeah, it says 0.1 is the floor, and then the ceiling is whatever you and your partner, or your opponent like decide on. So yeah, the platform's super simple. You can just type in exactly how much, and then go from there.
Wow. Okay. Very streamlined. And as you said, how soon can we expect to more or less have the ability to stake Matic on the system that so that it can hold it for you? That way you can basically streamline the process. Is that feature that you mentioned earlier already in place?
It's not really developed. I would say a few days. Like I'm developing super fast.
Okay.
Bug fixing super fast. So in the next couple days, that'll be up and ready. Honestly.
Okay, so that's what needs to happen then. I need to know when Galga is ready and when the Matic quote unquote staking option is available. That way we can have really seamless game night, and I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, at this point, Murdoch, do you have any other questions for him?
I don't. Well, I think the only other question, and I think it would be an easy shoe-in, right? If we're talking about games, is there any intent on potentially creating an app like on the App Store that you could be able to download and like just jump right into these?
Yeah, so one thing that was really important for us, and it's something we realized, is that in the gaming community, there's like a huge, unfortunately, there's a huge pushback for like blockchain applications,
Yep.
and I think that to like kind of break that barrier, or like get to the other side to these gamers and like onboard the next billion, we're gonna need to like remove blockchain complexities.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, if you have a crypto wallet on your phone, you can head on and you can play the games on your phone. But we ultimately want to like build like a Web3 app that you don't have to like interact so much blockchain stuff. And it's kind of like how parents put the sweets on top of the vegetables and
Yeah,
feed
yeah,
it to
yeah,
children.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you'll be using blockchain, but you won't have to like manage all. It's kind of like Coinbase, you don't manage all.
Right.
It's like a kind of a traditional Web2 application. So we're definitely going to be building to something like that, where you can download the app and just play games without having to like sign transactions and do that kind of thing. Um, the traditional way, just moving as much blockchain barriers as possible.
Yeah,
So app is definitely coming.
I think that that's very important too. Like, I mean, if you are someone, which you all should be if you're in this Discord, part of the like DeFi in general, like you understand how many layers, like how deep down the rabbit hole you have to go from being somebody that doesn't know anything about DeFi and crypto to then like understanding, okay, well, I need to go down a centralized exchange. I need to get my MetaMask. I need to even potentially get a ledger. And then, okay, now blockchains have different tokens. You have to use different gas for each different type of blockchain, like all these things, right? To then get to something like what you're talking about. So I think that that's super impressive, trying to remove a lot of those limitations and just getting more people, like what I would call quote unquote normies, into crypto and DeFi, which is awesome. So
Yeah, we even have a crypto newbie section in our Discord where we drop like the most helpful videos. The first video was the video that got me into blockchain like a year and a half ago. I watched that video and I was hooked and I was ready to build.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So in there you can like resources of like the best videos for you getting set up. So yeah, if you're not really in crypto right now, it's no problem. I will literally hop in VC and show you the way.
Yeah.
If you so request it. So come on
Man,
board.
my man Saeed here is eager to get the recognition that he deserves for building something strong like this. Like I said, guys, we only have strong projects here on our AMAs. Only people who are really trying to make a difference in the blockchain and the DeFi world. So everybody, let's hop in the AMA chat. Make sure that we're thanking Saeed here for joining us, man. And I'm really excited to basically be able to showcase what you're building on a regular basis here in our Discord specifically. I don't have exact times or dates for something like that, but like I told everybody here in Saeed earlier, once Galga's ready, once that Matic staking feature is onboarded and ready to go, I mean, I can definitely foresee us having regular game nights here. Let me just grab the questions real quick. An app would be awesome. Can I play my phone? Yeah. So that's what it sounds like needs to happen. It sounds like if there isn't one in the process already, an app would be great. But like you said, I think you can probably access it via the webs. Is that right?
Yeah, just all you need is a crypto wallet.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Saeed, thank you so much for showing up today. Guys, thank you. If you haven't sent me your wallet address, go ahead and do that now. As always, make sure you check out the YouTube video if you need to listen again or hear for the first time at Murdoch DeFi. Saeed, I'm going to make sure that we have your links posted on the YouTube video as well as in our announcements. So thank you so much for coming on, brother. And we hope to hear from you very soon. Okay, bud?
I appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Have a good day, guys.
All right. See y'all.
All right.